see all of you again. I saw you at the beginning of December, and if not, thank you for successfully avoiding my table and joining me today. They said that they wanted me to pop in again to do a little bit of a lunch and learn, and I'm more than happy to talk about specifics, but let's just not do it in front of everybody else, because that's what, we don't ever go to the doctor's office and yell to the nurse, by the way, and we're sitting in the waiting room. So just for patient confidentiality, if you have a specific question, let's take it offline and either have a discussion over email, or you can meet me in one of the stores, or we can even meet right after this if you have the time, just so that we can get through all the information. So let's do this. We're going to eat better in 2014. Starting now, but how? That's what I always get the question. I want to eat better, but how? And I think it starts with grocery shopping, because that's where the rubber meets the road, and because I think Hannaford can be a helper rather than a hindrance when you walk in. So, we have a policy called Guiding Stars, and I'm going to keep looking up if I don't look at my paper. And who can use them? Anybody can use them. Even the youngest of us can go into the store and use the Guiding Stars to help make better choices. And what is it? Well, the nutrition information that's on the database, with that being the USDA, if it's something that's not labeled, something that's generally recognized as safe, like an egg or a piece of turkey, or if it's a potato chip, they take the nutrition information that's given to them by the manufacturers. And why? So that we can make better choices faster, so that we don't go in and feel like we're spending hours reading labels. Because I don't know about you, but I don't have time. And then where? Where is this information found? It's usually found on the price tag on the shelf itself, as opposed to being on the package, unless it's something that's produced by Hannaford. Now, this system, the Guiding Stars, is based on science. It's based on nutrition labeling guidance, and it's consistent with this, which is called My Plate. Well, she gave me a pointer, and now I don't even know, a laser. I don't even know where the laser is.
It's actually on your...
It's on a remote. Ooh, easy schmancy. So just remember this picture. This picture is, for those of you who can't read 0.6 font, it is dairy is the little circle, grains, protein, a little bit of fruit, and a whole lot of veggies, okay? And that's My Plate. Who remembers the food guide pyramid? Okay, how awful was that? It was horrible. Nobody knew how to use it. They were like 6 to 11 servings of grain. Are you kidding me? I can't eat 11 slices of bread in a day. So what they did is they ditched it. Who remembers the basic 4? Or the 4 food groups? That's what I grew up with. And then I'll really date people who go back to the basic 5, which is kind of what this idea is. But we've gone back to 4 food groups. Forget the pyramid. It's back in Egypt where it belongs with ancient history, and we're moving on to My Plate. So basically what I wanted to say is that we use all the dietary guidelines for America and Canada to create this system. And what we do is we give credits for products that have more vitamins, minerals, dietary fiber, and whole grains, and we take away for trans fat, saturated fat, cholesterol, added sodium, and added sugars. And it's all based on the same 100 calories. So the food will receive a star when the credits outweigh the debits. Meaning if it'll have a star if there's plenty of vitamins but less sodium. Okay. They did it to 100 calories just to make sure that we had a place to start. And they adjusted for water weight, so if you're concerned about all those dehydrated foods that you're eating, and it controls the difference in package and stated serving size, because if we all look on the back of a nutrition label, the serving size is even going to be different from one kind of cereal to the next. So they wanted to make it standardized. Some foods are not evaluated. If it has less than 5 calories per serving, if it's infant formula, if it's a supplement, or if it's a medical food, it hasn't been analyzed, so it won't have a guiding star. And we don't really go crazy with stars for people who are, just throwing things into food to make it better. I eat Trix. Trix has all the vitamin C you could need because it's really easy to throw some vitamin C into a food and make it high in vitamin C. Well, we're not going to give a star to Trix just because they threw in some vitamin C. We want our kids to make better choices. Okay, so we're going to really fast run through some money-saving fundamentals. Shop after a light meal. Choose large bags of fruit. Eat vegetarian twice a week. And when I say eat vegetarian twice a week, I am not talking about going and getting the tofu or chopping up a bunch of weird soybean products that you're like, I don't want this, I don't like it, I don't know what to do with it. This means having marinara sauce instead of Italian sausage in my marinara sauce for dinner one night. Okay, so it's easy things like that. Make eating out a special treat, say for once or twice a month. Because when we have a tendency, when we go out to eat, we have a tendency to have it be a free-for-all, right? Because we're out to dinner, as opposed to just eating. You know, we've all done that, right? We go out to dinner, and we end up someplace where we're ordering something that we wouldn't eat at home, like onion rings. I don't know about you, but I can't remember the last time I cut up an onion, got out my batter, filled up my Fry Daddy, and dunked some onion rings into it. I haven't done it. I can tell you, honestly, I haven't done it. And I can't remember the last time I whipped up some dough, heated up my Fry Daddy, cut the dough into circles, let it rise for about an hour, went back and threw it in and made a donut. But I can tell you the last time I stopped at Dunkin' Donuts thinking, I'm just going to grab a cup of coffee, and ended up somehow with half a dozen donuts. That all happens to us. So eating out happens to be one of those little pitfalls. We're going good. We've got a whole cupboard full of groceries at home. We spent $150 on 4 bags. How did this happen? I don't know, but we did it. It's all sitting at home. We are rushing to work to get there on time because we love it here. And we stopped at Dunkin' Donuts to grab a cup of coffee, and it turned into 6 donuts, which we're going to bring to all our friends at work, and we're going to bring them down with us. So instead of that, we're going to get out our reusable mug. We're going to find it. We're going to find the lid. Oh, we can't find the lid. We're going to keep going. We're going to grab a piece of fruit that we spent $150 on, and we're going to run out the door. Okay? Eating out is special. Plan your menu, write a list of what you need, and stick to it. Oh, please. Like we have all this time, right? Who are these people? What I recommend is you go into this, you have that magazine, and you've been looking at it, and there's a menu in it. Rip it out. The police in the doctor's office, they got too much paperwork to do. This Affordable Care Act, it's driving them crazy. Shred those magazines. They don't have time to follow up with you. Talk to your sister-in-law. Say, what did you make last night for dinner? Get her recipe and have her text it to you and take it to the grocery store. There, you plan your menu. Shop once a week. Okay, I'm from Hannaford. Shop every day. No. But if you want to save some money, try to shop once a week. Buy the store brand. Okay, the household that I grew up in I didn't know what store brand was. I thought only Green Giant and Bird's Eye were the only people that had vegetables. Wrong. And I know because I am cheap. I'm cheap. I buy store brand everything. There's some things I don't care. There's other things I do care, and I'll spend a little bit extra for it. But if you can, buy store brand. And it makes eating healthful less expensive. Buy meat on the bone. I don't know who does this. They just tell me it's one of those magical ways to save money. I have limited time. I buy boneless, skinless chicken breast. Okay. Put off grocery shopping for one day. Use what you have on hand. I know there's lots of times you look in the cupboard and you think there's nothing here. But guess what? There is a can of fusilli pasta that you bought months and months and months ago, and you're like, or box, and you're like, what am I going to do with this? And I bet you dollars to donuts, there's a can of diced up tomatoes back there that's kind of dusty. And you throw in a can of beans, boom, you got soup. And you have a high fiber, low fat, low sodium meal. You pair that with a green salad with that lettuce that you're about to throw away, and boom, you've got dinner. Okay, think your drink. This is one of my favorites. Skip bottled water. I love this one. Aquafina Grape Splash 6-pack, 16.9 ounces bottle. Oh, I'm buying a 6-pack. I'm not just buying just one. I'm buying 6 because I'm gonna save some money. It's only $3.79. That's less than $1. Oh, but let's do the math on that because I'm a dietitian. My life is arithmetic. I will tell you that right now. That's $1.20 a quart. How many quarts in a gallon? 4. That's $4.80 a gallon. Gasoline was only $3.49, and I actually saw it for $3.43 or $3.34 someplace else. So I'm not spending more for Aquafina freaking Great Splash than I am for a gallon of gas. I'm just not going to do it. Bless you, smart water. $2.19 for 1.5 gallons. That's $1.38 a quart. That's also that's $5.52 a gallon. Once again, I'm not going to spend more for water than I do on gas. Central vitamins, $9.99 for 130. Okay? That's 8 cents a day. So all that money you're spending on fancy water, just spend it on vitamins. Okay. And avoid buying soda because, you know, I'm a dietitian. I have this little halo around my head, and I only eat good food. So I have to tell you to avoid buying soda. Drink water and milk and 100% juice, blah, blah, blah. But what I want you to do is understand that you're spending money and calories on soda. Okay, let's talk about the grocery store. A loss leader. You all know what this is. This is when we walk into the grocery store and there's all these signs that are screaming at us. Like this. Buy me, buy me, buy me, buy me, buy me. And those are those things that are on the very front, usually, of a flyer. And those are those things that they're going to lose money on. But they're going to make money on all the rest of the impulse purchases that you make when you're in the store. So if you think about it, figure out what their loss leader is and stock up on it. For example, buy in bulk and put your meat in the freezer. Last week, February 2nd, chicken breast was $1.29 a lib pound. $1.29 a pound. This month, $1.99. Or this week, $1.99. So if I saw that chicken breast was $1.29 per pound, I would have gone in there and I would have bought 10 pounds of chicken, divided it up, labeled it nicely, because I'm crazy, I'm the dietitian, right? I've had Halo. I buy it, I freeze it into 1-pound packages, and then I save myself 70 cents over the course of 1 week. Choose snacks wisely. Make your own trail mix. Eat fruit. Buy snack-sized bags like me, and make your own single-serving packets, because if you buy Pringles at $1.79 a can, it's $4.81 a pound. If you buy them in those little 8 packages, it's $3.29, almost double, $9.82 a pound. So is it worth it to you to take the Pringles out of the can and throw them in a Ziploc? Yes. Okay, and pay attention to price per pound. So, store brand for stir-fried peppers and onions is $2.19. National brand is $1.77. So even though it's a national brand, it might be cheaper. Pay attention to this cost per pound. For example, if you just buy some random vegetable that's in the frozen section, it's usually 99 cents per pound. And the steamed fresh vegetable, the package looks bigger, but it's $2.25 a pound because of the fancy steamed fresh bag that they put it in. So, I love frozen vegetables. Frozen vegetables have the same nutritional value, frozen fruits are the same way, and they never go bad. And then freeze berries during the summer, oh well, I don't have time to do that either. Okay, so, now this is the reason why I put this one back in, because this is from a different thing. When you get canned veggies, drain them and rinse them, and you'll remove almost all of the sodium. So you can get a low-cost item and not have to worry about sodium if your doctor told you that your blood pressure is going through the roof and you can't have any more canned vegetables. Buy the ones that are regularly, that are just canned vegetables and rinse them, or buy the no salt added. Now let's think about this, because people tell me all the time, they're like, I just shop the perimeter of the grocery store. I'm like, well, look at you. That's like telling people to get to the beach, you drive up 95 and go into Maine. Well, yeah, there are beaches all over Maine, but how are we going to get there? Oh, get off on Route 1. Okay, well now I'm on Route 1 and I still can't see the water if I'm in York, right? It takes a little while to get over the long sands. That's the same way of saying I only shop the perimeter of the grocery store. If you've got a recipe, it is very unlikely that that recipe is just made with the food on the perimeter of the grocery store. Know how to go up and down those aisles. Choose canned foods. Because those fresh green beans that are sitting there in the produce department, they're kind of scary about this time of year. Because if you look outside, there is nothing green. And we're going to get 6 more inches of snow to cover up that green. Tomorrow it's coming. Nothing's growing, baby. Nothing's growing. So everything's coming from Chile. And I don't want to pay for anything to come from Chile. Or California. Or Florida. Which is fine for oranges. I get it. But those green beans, some kid has stuck their finger in their nose, then helped their mother pick out the green beans, and then she dropped a couple on the floor, and she picked them up, and her mother said, oh, don't put those in the bag. And so instead they put it on the shelf for us to get. Yay! So buy frozen green beans. Buy canned green beans. It's okay. And plus they haven't been necessarily sitting on a shelf very long. The nutritional value is just as good, if not better. Don't be a snob. Okay, room temperature storage. Okay, we're going to eat better because we're going to recognize that our food is our inventory. We are all business people. Food is inventory. Food is inventory. It's expensive. Get it off the floor. If it's in the basement, find a way to get it out of the basement. That bin of potatoes, we all have one. You know that little plastic container? It's kind of slimy. Wash it! Wash the bin and use the potatoes, okay? How do you remember to use your potatoes before they decompose? First thing I do is take them out of that plastic bag so they can't breathe, right? Okay. Cold storage. Clean out the refrigerators. Clean your fruits and veggies and stick them up front. How many of us have a drawer? And that drawer is called the crisper. That's what my grandma called it, the crisper. And we take the veggies, we bring them home from the store, we bend over, so you can't even see me. How are you going to see the veggies? They're on the floor practically. And we shove them in there. Can we see them? Are we going to eat them? No, they're in the crisper. How crisp is this crisper keeping my vegetables? I don't know. But you know what I do? I bring them home. I have my kids help me cut them up and sort them and put them into plastic bags, and we put them on the top shelf. The only thing that goes in the crisper drawer at my house is beer, okay? Because I don't want my husband to find it. The beer is hiding. He's like, do we have any beer? I'm like, I don't know, look in the fridge. And for some reason, he can't remember to open those drawers. So we don't have any beer. But yet when people come over, we have beer. Okay, so bring your vegetables up to where you can see them. And hide the bad food, okay? All right, let's think about that. Hide fat foods. The cheese does not have to be right up front. The Velveeta doesn't have to have the place of honor in our fridge. The carrots should. Okay? Let's think about that. Velveeta, lower. Carrots, higher. Okay. Cold storage. Clean it out and throw it out. How many of you have little containers, man, that look like this? That there's something in there. And guess what? It's frozen. So we can't smell it. No. It's frozen. We can't smell. We don't know what it is. You know what? Throw it away. Move on with your life. If you want, do like that commercial on TV where the lady, she's like kind of sexy. She's like, honey, do you want the red or the black? And he's like, yes. But she's really meaning the red or the black lid on those containers. Which one should we try tonight? If you don't want to throw it out, I know. It's expensive. Open one up, throw it in the microwave. Have a fiesta, let's see what's going on, because salsa fixes everything, right? If you can't remember, write it down. Me and my Sharpie and my roll of masking tape are best friends. I mark everything. I write it all down, because I can't remember. Crap, I have 3 kids. I have 2 jobs. I don't remember these things. Label it. How much do I need? Okay. Here's where math comes into play. Deep breath, because oxygen helps us think. Okay. If you're male, I did men. If you're a male, your first 5 5 feet, you get 106 pounds. We only get 100 lately. For every additional inch, you get 6 pounds. We only get 5. So, for example, a 5'10" male, his ideal body weight is 166 pounds. If that's a little low, that's your high school fighting weight, I get it. So let's say, what's our goal? Maybe our goal is 200 pounds? Does that seem reasonable? Okay, let's go with that. So you divide your pounds of body weight by 2.2 to find the amount of kilograms. Don't ask me why, this was all done with the metric system, but it was, and this is the only way I know how to do it, so this is what I'm teaching you. So, 166 pounds equals 75.5 kilograms, or, because that's a little low, that's our fighting weight, that's high school, 200 pounds, which is 90.9 kilograms. That's my little magic number. As a dietitian, when I do a rough and dirty estimate, I give you, females and males, 25 to 30 calories per kilogram per day. And then I figure that out. So I do some more arithmetic. Doing arithmetic, 75 is the amount of kilograms for our fighting weight, times 25 to give you roughly 1,800 calories. 75 times 30, because we weren't running this week, we get 2,200 calories. That's per day. That's a guy. Fighting weight, 1,800, 87 calories to 2,200. That's it. That's all you get. Now, if you're 200 pounds, or if that's your goal weight, you get 2,200 to 2,700. Okay, so let's talk about protein. 1 to 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram. Same for women. Fighting weight, you get 90 grams a day. Goal weight, 109 grams. Oh, yeah. What does that mean in servings, Amy? You're talking to me in grams. That's metric. We live in the United States, remember? Okay. So, if you have a serving size of spiral sliced ham, 3 ounces, that's 14 grams of protein. And then you can see all my little things. Mini Italian style meatballs. Jumping crap. Mini Italian style, you get 6 of those little things. This is 3 ounces of meat. Those chicken breasts that they sell at Hannaford are not this big when they're cooked. They're about twice this size. This is a serving. You can have more than one, but I want you to count it. Okay? It's even bigger than the palm of my hand. So this is more than I should eat, because the palm of my hand should be a serving size for me. 3 ounces of meat. That's what you get. Okay? Unless it's fish. But it can't be deep fried fish. It has to be normal baked fish and not necessarily dropped in butter, but kind of cooked on the nice side. You get a checkbook. Fish. Okay? All right, so we've looked at all of these different things. Italian sausage, it's 11 grams because it's higher in fat. Chicken breast gets like 25 grams of protein. Because I hear people tell me all the time, I'm on a high protein diet. I'm like, we all are. We live in America. Okay, so what does that mean in terms of like other foods other than meat? 1% milk, 8 grams. Non-fat strawberry yogurt, 16 grams. We go crazy. We get the Greek yogurt. We're doing good. We get 14 grams. Low-fat cottage cheese, pretty much the same. We need an egg. We get 6 grams. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Amy, what does that mean? It means that if for breakfast you had half a cup of milk and a scrambled egg, just one little egg, you had 10 grams. And at lunch, you had a burger with 1 ounce of cheese. We're up to 26 grams for lunch. And then at dinner, we had 6 ounces of chicken breast because none of you sat down and cut your chicken breast in half like the crazy dietitian told you. Our total for the day is 86 grams. Woohoo! We made it, right? We did exactly what we're supposed to do. We got plenty of protein. That's great, Amy, but I want to lose weight. Am I going to lose weight by just eating protein? No, I need fiber. And how much fiber do you need? I took this right off WebMD. We have a world of information out there. Go use it. How much fiber do you need? Women need 25 grams a day, and men should get 38 grams a day, according to the Institute of Medicine formula, based on getting 14 grams of fiber for approximately every 1,000 calories. Okay. What does she mean? She's talking about grams again. Okay. Baked beans, 7 grams. You're like, yes, the dietitian told me to eat baked beans. Raisins, one of those little boxes, is 1 gram. 100% whole wheat, 3. 3 is the magic number. 3 is the magic number. You want any food that you eat to have at least 3 grams of fiber. So now whenever you're looking at nutrition labels, I want you to be singing Schoolhouse Rock in your head. 3 is the magic number. Okay, look, outside, fresh express salad, 2 cups, only 1 gram. If it's sweet butter, you have to go to the Italian bread blend and get those crazy little cabbagey, purpley things in it to get some fiber. Okay, so good fiber sources are cereal. Frosted wheat, Cheerios, Raisin Nut Bran. And then I noticed, I found this soup, Campbell's Chunky Healthy Request Vegetable Beef Soup, half a can, 3 grams. That's not bad. Okay, so what does that look like? Let's think about the same day that we ate before breakfast. We had 2 slices of toast with our 1 lonely egg, so we're getting 6 grams of fiber. With lunch, we had that burger, right? And we had a white bun. We only had 1 gram of fiber. We had potato chips. Still no fiber. And then we had 1 slice of lettuce and 1 slice of tomato, which I call garnish. It's not really a serving of vegetable per se. I'm a dietitian, remember the halo? The halo? Okay, so we got 1 gram. So we're up to 2 grams at lunch of fiber. And then at dinner, we had 1 cup of salad because we didn't really feel like eating 2 cups of salad. I mean, that's a lot of salad. And then 1 cup of canned carrots, which is 4 grams. So our total for the day, 13. 13. So as you can see, in the United States, heck of a lot easier to get protein. And guess what? The calories that are in the foods with protein are a lot higher than the calories with these foods, like lettuce, almost none. So what do I tell people? I gotta hide this. How do I go back? Oh, I don't know. So what do I tell people? I say, don't worry about salt, unless your doctor told you. Don't count grams of fat, unless you really want to. Count grams of fiber. If we're supposed to get 38 grams of fiber or 25, there's no way we're getting it with the typical American diet. We're just not. So in order to lose weight, here's the big leap. We have to eat more things that have fiber to help us feel full, and then we'll eat fewer calories, and then we'll have weight loss. Because if I ate an apple and 2 cups of salad and some carrots instead of potato chips with lunch, I would be saving on calories and I'd be gaining fiber. So I tell people all the time, I'm not worried about your protein intake, especially men. I never worry about protein intake with men unless they're like the little old guys that I take care of in the nursing home. They've been sitting on their butt so long that they have an open sore that looks like this and it's gross. Okay, so I'm not worried about your protein. I'm worried about your fiber. I'm worried about you getting enough fiber in any one given day to help your colon. Okay? Because colon cancer is going crazy because your colon has to work really, really hard. So I'm not Amy the dietitian from Hannaford. I'm getting on my little soapbox. This is me. This is Amy McClellan, the friendly dietitian. And I'm telling you right now, you need more fiber in your life. And I don't care what you do to get it, but you need more fiber because that's going to keep you healthy. And it's also going to help you lose weight, and it's going to help you maintain your weight. Because as we get older, metabolism decreases. And why does metabolism decrease? Because our muscle mass decreases. Because none of us look like we did in high school. We don't have the same muscle to fat ratio that we did. We just don't. Because we've had babies, because we've been working, because we like to drink beer, whatever it is. So in order to maintain our weight at the weight that we want it to be, we have to fight back, and we fight back with fiber. Okay? Any questions? Because I kind of really fast. No questions?
How much fiber in oatmeal?
High fiber oatmeal has 10 grams, 8 of which are soluble. What's the difference between soluble and insoluble fiber? Soluble fiber is the one that lowers cholesterol. Insoluble fiber is corn. You think soluble fiber? Think of oatmeal. It helps to glom on those molecules within your bloodstream are like sponges, and they grab the cholesterol and they pull it out through your urine. Okay? The insoluble fiber is that which my mother and my grandmother called roughage. Roughage. Eat your roughage! and it also helps to stimulate our colon. But insoluble fiber, or soluble fiber is what will lower your cholesterol, and it's 8 grams in high fiber oatmeal, instant, Hannaford brand, or Quaker Oats. So I'm a huge advocate for oatmeal, and I'm a huge advocate for Cheerios. Because Cheerios, if they could, they used to have something on the front that said that they were able to lower your cholesterol. And they had to take that off because then they'd have to go through FDA regulations in the same way that a drug would, so they just took it off. It's easier not to. But it really does work. There are some things that really do lower your cholesterol, and they're called plant sterols, and it's called soluble fiber. So you can get plant sterols through something like Benecol or Benefiber, not Benefiber, Benecol, which is a special margarine that has the plant sterols in it, or you can just eat a lot of soluble fiber. Apple a day keeps the doctor away, totally true, because apple's tons of soluble fiber. Okay. All right, so I was just throwing some ideas out there to have good meals that cost less than $10 for a family of 4. Spicy black bean burgers by Morningstar Farm. I know all you men are like, she told me I didn't have to eat weird soybean products. Honestly, this stuff tastes pretty good, and it's not that expensive. So, and then you get some sandwich rolls, hopefully you'll get the whole wheat runs, and then you can feed a family of 4 for $8. Pizza night, I recommend getting a wheat dough and making your own sauce and using your own cheese and using vegetables to make a pizza for $11 rather than calling Domino's. I like, instead of takeout, because takeout is one of those restaurant things that we're only supposed to do once or twice a month, I try to encourage make-in, and I tell people to look for the frozen vegetables, the brown rice, a little cumin seasoning, they come in packets, and some soy sauce, or you can buy the choice stir-fry soy sauce instead of the seasoning, and a pound of chicken, and I use this week's price, and you can have a meal for $7. Or it can be Taco Tuesday, but I chose fajitas for Taco Tuesday because I should have made it Fajita Friday. So fajita seasoning, whole wheat tortillas, refried beans, because I'm all about fiber, right? The crazy dietitian, all about fiber. Salsa, lime, avocado, and a little bit of chicken. Okay? It's Italian. We can do Italian. You can do noodles with chicken and marinara sauce and make it into chicken parmesan for less than, or not for less than 10, but for pretty close to $10 for a family of 4. And real men do eat quiche. Again, I was trying to think of vegetarian items that were inexpensive yet easy to make. You could buy some eggs, some milk, some pie crust, a little half and half, and throw in some spinach and provolone cheese, and boom, you got quiche. So I think that it's okay for people to be concerned about eating healthy and spending a lot of money, but I think it's possible if we do a couple of those tricks. We buy frozen veggies, and we eat veggies a lot instead of focusing on the protein foods, which are more expensive and have more calories. Hey, I made it. It's 12:22. So that means there's 7 minutes for me to regale you with what serving sizes actually are. So, this is a serving of cheese. This is 1 ounce. So sad. So sad. This is 7 grams of protein and 0 grams of fiber. This is approximately, 45, 60 calories, depending on the kind of cheese it is. This little block, your thumb. Who among us can't sit down with the 1 pound block of cheese and a sleeve of Ritz crackers and then ask our spouse, where did all the cheese and crackers go? I can. But we have to cut some and then put the package away. I know, my halo's coming out again. Put the package away. What is she, crazy? But seriously, it's very calorically dense. This is 1 serving of cheese. Women, don't tell me you can't get your 3 servings of dairy a day. Liars! If you can eat cheese, you can get your 3 servings of dairy a day, and this will help prevent osteoporosis. So it's either your thumb stacked up, like 4 dice, or this. This is 1 ounce of cheese. This is approximately, but it's a little big because of the wiffle ball size, 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, which we talked about before is 7 grams of protein. Not bad, right? It'll help us feel full throughout the day. But just remember, no fiber and about 80 calories right here. And this little thing of peanut butter. So this is a serving of peanut butter. I know you're all going to go out and make sure that you're only eating this much peanut butter in any one given time. So this is a soft baseball, and this is approximately 1 cup. So I want all of you, when you're putting your vegetables on your plate, to put 1 cup of veggies on your plate. Not a scoop. And I don't want any left over in the pot. None. Everybody always has leftover veggies in the pot, right? And then you throw them out, you throw them in the garbage disposal, put them in the garden, give them to the dog if the dog eats them, because it's kind of funny to watch the dog try to eat broccoli. Or when I had chickens, I gave them to the chickens, and then I wasn't wasting. No. We're not wasting vegetables. If it's in the pot, we're eating it, especially when it's vegetable. So we want 1 cup of vegetables. This is a tennis ball. This is depressing. Half of this is a serving of ice cream. Amy at least gives me the tennis ball of ice cream. Okay, you can have a tennis ball of ice cream, but that's it. This is a serving of ice cream. Now in the cartoons, it's like a cone with like this and then this on top of it, right? Like that's a serving of ice cream, baby. No, this is a serving of ice cream. Okay?
Is that per day or per week?
This is
Per hour.
per hour. So this is what I want all of you to think about. Because a lot of times, and this is 1 cup, because I'm a crazy dietitian. See, my halo, it's coming out again. I measure out things. I like have a scale. Isn't that crazy? I have a scale. I bought one of those cheap ones at Walmart. It's not electronic, it's not digital, it's just this little plastic thing. I put my food in it, and I measure out 1 pound of chicken, all slimy and gross, and then I put it inside the Ziploc, and I zip it shut, and I label it chicken, as though I'm an idiot, and then I put the date on it. Like I can't tell it's a chicken breast, but I do. Chicken and the date, because I want to know how much I'm eating, because I'm all about arithmetic. So I occasionally measure out my cereal and make sure that I'm only eating a cup full of cereal, because all the time people tell me, I eat healthy. And I'm sure you do. You are eating healthy. You're just eating more healthy than you realize. Do you understand what I'm saying? You're eating more healthy. You're just doing such a good job. You're just consuming a little bit more than we probably should. And you don't have to get on the scale every day to figure that out. We can all do that with our pants. Every single one of us has the range in our closet. Skinny day, normal day, end of football season day. We all have that range in there. And our goal before summer starts is to get back towards the summer clothes. Back towards that other end of the closet. Okay? And we can do that by eating less healthy. Okay? So be thinking about 3 is the magic number, and I'm not going to sing for you again because I can't sing. You know, from Schoolhouse Rock, when we're looking at all of our labels, and we're going to look for 3 grams of fiber or more when we're making purchases, and we're going to be thinking about 5 servings of fruits or vegetables in every given day. Now that I've gotten all preachy, remember the plate, the basic 4. Half of it, fruit and vegetables. And that's every plate. That's not just supper, that's lunch, that's breakfast. Every plate is half fruits and veggies, a little bit of starch, and a little bit of protein. So if you don't have a fruit and your vegetable in your lunchbox, you need to find it. Did it get under the table? Did it get left at home accidentally? With your car charger for your phone? Where did it get left? Where did your fruits and vegetables get left? And then I guarantee you, if you're eating those veggies, they won't go bad. And try my CRISPR trick. It's amazing. You girls, don't tell your husbands. Try my CRISPR trick. They'll be like, all I can find is celery. And be like, that's good. Here's some fat-free ranch dressing. Eat it. Okay. All right, so I talked for another 7 minutes because you love me. You didn't have questions. Okay, who has questions?
With you're burning You said you want to be like at 2,200 calories to 1,800 calories a day.
Mhm.
Now, if you're burning 1,000 calories a day or 2,000, you want to replenish those calories, correct?
Mhm. The minimum amount of calories that I ever let anybody eat is 1,200 because it's really hard to meet the recommended dietary allowances for vitamins and minerals with less than 1,200 calories. So I never take anybody less than 1,200. Even if they're like a 5 foot tall, 80-pound-year-old lady, I never go less than 1,200. So I don't want anybody to go on a really, really low calorie diet because it's really not that very much safe. I mean, Jenny Craig will sell you an 800 calorie a day diet plan, but I don't really think it's a good idea because it's not sustainable. I mean, we all have to eat for the rest of our lives. They can tell us to quit smoking and good. You smoke your last cigarette, you throw them in the trash, and you walk away. You never have to smoke another cigarette. But every damn day, every about 4 hours, we all have to eat. And it's really hard to break a habit. It takes 6 weeks to break a habit. We all know this. 6 weeks. So after not doing something for about 2 days, you're like, I'm starving, I just need to eat something. But it takes 6 weeks. And your stomach is a muscle. It's one of those strange muscles that can stretch every which way. And so the more we eat, the more it stretches. And it takes a little bit of time for it to come back to the size that it should be. Your stomach should be about the size of your fist, maybe 2 if you're a guy. But that's how big your stomach should be. That's its muscle. And so when you're eating, think about how much it has to stretch to encompass what you just ate. And that's why you feel uncomfortable. And sometimes we have a muscle, it's called the sphincter muscle, because it goes like this around our esophagus, it doesn't stretch out. And that's what we call GERD or heartburn, is that muscle, is all that pressure from that food is getting pushed up against the bottom of our esophagus. And we're like, I got some bad fish. No, you didn't get bad fish, you got too much fish. We're eating too healthy. So what I want you to think about is your stomach. Be kind to your little tummy, your little tummy, your little tummy. Don't put too much pressure on that sphincter muscle either. We don't need to be doing, 6-ounce curls. We need to be doing walking and running and enjoying of life. And I know the weather stinks and we're all shoveling and we're all hating life, but that's actually very good physical cardiovascular activity. So get out there, enjoy the 6 to 12 inches. It's coming. It's coming. All that good cardiovascular activity. You won't have to go to the gym and run on the treadmill. You'll just be able to shovel it. Okay? All right, now I'm late. You gotta go.